Hello and welcome back to Half-Baked Reactions. I'm Bailey and today we're reacting to Kaiju No.8. The Season 2 trailer literally just dropped less than like an hour ago. Now I love Kaiju No.8 and the first season kind of blew my mind in terms of putting somebody who's typically older than the normal recruits into the same kind of program to try and achieve his dreams that he couldn't before. And they just poke fun at him the entire time, but he does not give up. And in the end, his ability ends up being the strongest one there is. So that whole arc of the story I just absolutely loved, and it was just funny, the relationships between the characters and how he strives to, I think her name was Mina from memory, like that girl who he was childhood friends with and he wants to surpass, how he keeps reaching for that goal, and his relationship with the vice commander is also kind of like, I wouldn't say a bromance, but it kind of is, even though he's really his mentor. I feel like the two of them just click. KAFKA, he's older than the other recruits, so he's got that kind of experience that comes with age and life, and he's probably seen a lot more of this stuff coming from being in the disposal unit or the cleanup unit. So the way they handled all of that, and then the action and fight sequences were incredible, I think is the best way to describe it. So I am more than excited for this new season to drop, and I reckon we just get started straight away. I'm sure you don't want to hear me talk anymore. Let's watch the reaction to the trailer. Mobilize, there's so many of them. They all always wear these gas masks too, but a lot of like the commanders don't wear them, and I don't understand why. Ooh, these look like straight out of Solo Leveling. That axe is crazy seeing it in action. What was that animation? Wait, why is... Kafka had electricity. Did he increase his power output from like 2%? Ooh, what is that? They're doing full-on missile strikes in the city, so it means they mustn't have been able to clear the Kaijus by themselves. There's so much going on the screen right now. Those eyes with the crosses, I love that. I love when characters in anime have them. I think in Fire Force the character has the same ones. Damn, that was cool. Super short trailer. I think we should go frame by frame, break it down, and kind of see what was happening, because there's a lot to unpack. So let's dive into it right now. Okay, so first up, we're in the first division clearly. And again, like I said when I was watching the trailer, a lot of these people, as long as they're not captains or like vice captains, whatever, they always seem to wear these gas masks. The obvious reason is it's probably easier to, one, for the mangaka writer when he was like drawing it, instead of adding distinct features to each face, and it's also probably a lot easier on the animation team. I know you could probably say it's due to the fumes they're breathing in, but when these guys hardly wear them during fights, it kind of doesn't really make too much sense. Unless it was for the cleanup process, but at that point, why would you have them on before you've actually killed the monsters, before you breathe in the fumes? I actually don't even know if the monsters emit radiation, so if they do, somebody please tell me. I also know the manga is actually finishing soon, I think in like 2 or 3 chapters, so it now might actually be the right time to read it, especially with Season 2 about to come out. Now these ants, these things look crazy because, well, I've never seen them before, and they look straight out of Solo Leveling, like Jeju Island, and it feels weird seeing giant ant creatures again so soon after Jeju Island, in all honesty. I know it's a completely different show, but still. And yeah, look, again, huge, huge ant. I'm sorry the quality isn't the best, but that was what they uploaded to YouTube, so I'm basically using their footage here. But that is a giant ant. Who is this character? So I assume she's part of, like, the Division 1, because I don't think we've seen her before. And the ants, it's really interesting how they have, like, those spots all around them too. It's kind of cool. It makes them look different. And look at the underside of the ant too. The way that they've just colored it, it feels otherworldly, which I guess it is. And if in this shot they're saying that it goes against the Kaiju's true nature, could somebody be controlling them? Also, they're using green bullets. Now, I don't know if we've seen them. All I remember is blue. I think maybe red, because if I remember correctly, each of those bullets do something differently to Kaiju. And then I think I saw somewhere online that, or maybe it was in the TV show itself, that Kafka used a different bullet type of ammunition to try and like suit his style more. Like he used a stun instead of just an outright destructive one, because then it just worked better for him. So I don't know if we've seen green. Could it be like a lingering poison type effect or something else entirely? She just looks so freaking badass. And the fact that the axe is, well, taller than her is crazy. So obviously she can lift it thanks to the kaiju power like of the suit, because without the suit on, she would not be able to lift that huge axe. What I'm curious about is if the axe has any special powers aside from just being a huge, big, sharp axe. Because we see all this lightning around her. So is this one of those like full power outputs? Like is she achieving 100%? Or is this a special feature of that axe? And look, maybe I'm reading into things, but here it says that the axe is 0112, but at the top, like as you can see, says 3. And if it's in big, bold letters, like on numbers in front of our eyes, it makes me think this is a very special axe if they've designated it like number 3. And look, in this shot, the axe is glowing yellow, so that electricity must be a special feature of the axe. That's so cool too. This guy, he looks like Kafka's friend because they joined the Defense Force together at the exact same time. I know it's not, because this guy has pink hair, so I think it was that guy we saw at the very start of the trailer. But I just find it funny the way they've just animated him right here, like yelling angry with like the sharp teeth and then the lines across the screen. It's just funny. It's cool. And that's what I like about Kaiju No.8. Like it has these really humorous moments, and I don't really know how to describe it aside from saying it's like really jokey and playful in an anime where you just wouldn't normally expect it. Like they just become like the chibi kind of cute characters in terms of the style and designs out of nowhere. And I know like Demon Slayer does a bit of that, and I just think it's really funny. Oh, Kafka's obviously charging up something, but in this shot, it does not look like he's got his kaiju powers out. I can't see the other side of his fist, but has he actually unlocked more power from his suit? And oh my god, I really hope so. Yeah, and in this shot, I can't make it out clear if it's his kaiju fist or if his normal suit. For me, as much as I do love his kaiju powers, I would like for him to eventually be able to use that suit more. Because in my eyes, not based on anything else, right? This is just a theory from me. What I would love to see is eventually, if he uses his kaiju powers too much, and this is a trope, right? He'd either be consumed by them and they'd take over, or he'd lose them forever, right? Either one. And at the end of it, no matter what scenario ends up happening, what I would really like to see, and I think would be a cool storyline, you can tell me if you agree, is at the end of the day, his suit is literally made from the kaiju body, right? So, everybody else is using that power to try and enhance their abilities, but Kafka, he's a kaiju, or he's part kaiju now, right? It's like a second skin for him, so he should be able to use it to augment his body, and then since he's already basically used all of his abilities in kaiju form, when he's in human form with the skin on him, it's acting, he can use his memories of how the nerves respond. So while he can't right now draw out that power, if he's smart, he'll be able to remember that feeling and then go beyond what anybody else can do. And I think tapping into that storyline about him realizing that could be really cool if and when he loses his kaiju powers, because it's not based on anything, that theory, him losing his powers, but we see that in so many different animes. They eventually either lose their powers or get consumed. It's always one of the two. So if it happens in this show, I would like to see that storyline, just so he doesn't rely on his actual kaiju skills. That was basically luck. If it wasn't for that one incident, none of this would be possible. And for me, I'm not a big fan of stories that are only based on luck. He's a very hard worker, and he gives it his all, but if it leads to more like skill-based for him rather than him per chance becoming a kaiju and then being strong that way, well, that's a storyline I'd like to see. So this guy's taking it very seriously. I think, no, this guy isn't the captain that we saw at the very start, although his hair looks similar. I think this was the friend who was with Kafka when they joined the Defense Force. So That's who I remember him at least looking like, I think. It's a roll of the dice. I might be wrong. I genuinely... Because the other guy had white hair, right? But then this captain, he had those crosses for his eyes. So maybe I'll figure it out by the end of this breakdown. If I don't, please let me know in the comments so that I know. But I just can't figure out who he is. Which character. Oh, now this is the guy that they fought in Season 1. I remember him. And if he's on top of the ants controlling them, this must be the person that's making the kaiju act weirdly. Because a few seconds ago, they're like, ooh, the kaiju are acting weirdly. It's because of this guy. And he's clearly, his feet, as you can see, they're implanted with the veins going all over the kaiju, the ant kaijus. So he's obviously controlling them or is a part of them. And those, like, weird balloon type things, are they spores? Are they bombs or shield? I don't know. And it even looks like he's got some kind of blood control behind him, which is very odd. You would not want to see this creature in the real world. And, oh yeah, it's actually, the more I look at it, the scarier this thing would be to face in person. But I think someone fought against him in Season 1. I think Kafka did, and I feel like some other people did as well. But I don't remember him looking like this. So he's obviously gone through a bit of a transformation. So good luck, everyone. And look at this scene. He's fully powered up right now. So he must be using, again, probably close to 100% of his suit's power output. I also love in animes when the air around them starts to become really heavy from like spiritual pressure. I'm thinking of Bleach when I say this because I'm mainly watching Bleach right now. But whenever they do this, it really makes it feel like they're not just like it's strength. It's not just strength that we can't see. We feel it. They're not just affecting themselves. They're affecting the area around them, which is what they would do. Because if you're as basically strong as Superman, if you don't regulate your powers, every step you take would like shatter the ground. So seeing that in anime whenever they do it, I personally just really like. And this song, Aurora, You Can't Run From Yourself, I haven't heard it before. I guess it might have been the music in the background of the trailer. It sounded cool if that's what it was. And this fight right here, it almost looks as if he's fighting the military. We can't see what he's swinging at, but it looks like it's man-made objects like missiles. So are they going to go against the TEC, or the Kaiju Control Units, for some reason? Interesting. Yep, and then it actually must be that, because there we have the missiles coming in for the strike, so they must try and bomb the city, and they're like, actually, no, we can still eliminate the Kaijus without you hurting innocent civilians, and then that's what the fight must lead to. This is super cool. And we see a train station again. I'm just reminded of Shibuya from Jujutsu Kaisen, where Gojo was sealed. Every time I see like a subway like this in an anime, hopefully nobody gets sealed this time, aside from the villain. This one's a bit weird because she's obviously going through it in her mind and something's bothering her. But in this moment, it feels weird in between the action because it's like, hey, why you cut into this shot? Everybody else is almost dying, putting their life on the line, and then you're standing there in the middle of a crowd. But the emotion behind the scene will probably be very high. It's probably got to do with somebody who died or her not believing in anything, or finding out that Kafka, like everyone finds out that Kafka is Kaiju number 8. Maybe she's contemplating whether or not she should have told people. It's probably a huge dilemma. Just in the trailer, it feels a bit weird to cut to it. Yeah, and then we have a shot of her saying, "Don't underestimate me." So this is a lot more like her. Oh, and this one here. So Captain Ashiro and Vice Captain Hoshina, this isn't them, because that's again her with the axe, but this shot of her slicing up the Kaijus is sick. Oh, and she's got the huge bazooka gun again. Her ability with long-range weapons is amazing, but the thing is, it's only good in specific areas, because they have to isolate the Kaiju first. I know that's how they operate, but for me, it's got such little versatility, because they got to drop a giant gun and load it up and do ammunition and all that kind of stuff every single time. I'd much prefer what Vice Captain Hoshina can do with his swords, although it's got nowhere near the same destructive power. I feel that's like more useful ability in my eyes. Ah, so it's this guy. This is the one who I got mixed up with that other captain before, Reno. I, for some reason, thought that he was the pink-haired guy. So I was wrong. If you've already said so in the comments, or if you were secretly fuming with me for making a mistake, I'm sorry. This is obviously the friend of Kafka. They just honestly look so similar, aside from the pink hair. But yeah, this is who I was thinking of. Damn, Kafka's getting a beat down here too. Poor guy, he always goes through the works. And look, he's literally got like a hole in his shoulder. So he's obviously taken the brunt of the damage from something, but in human form, not kaiju. So that's curious. Why is he not fighting in kaiju form? Or has he just turned back? Oh, I don't really understand the context of the lines. I'm such an idiot, and above all yourself. I don't know what's going on there, but seeing this, it's just so cool because his entire body is just freaking glowing. Again, I've never seen Dragon Ball Z, so this might be a bad reference, but it just looks Super Saiyan to me. Super Saiyan? I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. But it looks like that moment, and it's freaking sick. Oh, and there... Okay, I don't know why the subtitles again say this is Kaiju number 9. That's weird, because this is Kaiju number 8. So maybe he's talking to Kaiju number 9. But either way, we're seeing 8 back in action, and the way the sparks and electricity fly off him is super cool. Oh, and I said it was cool, and then we have this shot right here, which is even cooler. So he's going for a United States of Smash punch right now, and his entire body is just alight. Let the hunt begin? Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what they do. Oh, and he's winding up for it even bigger. They're showing like pretty much the whole wind up for the punch. Oh, I am so excited to see this fight in its entirety. I hope Kaiju number 8's never really been the show that like takes long breaks and pauses in between fights to have huge monologues like Bleach and other shows, which I'm thankful for because who in their right mind talks constantly in the middle of the fight and announces their moves. So I hope this season takes like a note from what they did last season and they just showed fight after fight and mixed dialogue before and after, but never really in between. It was just combat. And I hope they do the same for this season because I personally really like that flow. All right, and 19th of the 7th, so 19th of July from the looks of it at least, and 11 o'clock. So no idea what time. Oh, and it says premieres July 19 in English underneath, which I didn't read. But I got no idea what time that will be in Australia or America, UK, Europe, wherever you're going to be. At least in Japan, it's probably 11 p.m., 19th of July. So I guess the rest of us will just have to wait and see. But yeah, that's my reaction to Kaiju number 8, Season 2, the trailer for it. It was super cool. I pretty much enjoyed every second of it. It was only a minute in length, but it was awesome. And there's no more words for it, because I'm just excited for the show, and I can't wait to see it. I'm very tempted to go and read all the manga right now, so we'll see if I do or don't. But yeah, thanks for watching alongside me. I do have some more reaction videos out. I'm a pretty small new channel, so if you want to check them out, I would appreciate it. And if you do, I promise to give you a crisp high five if we ever meet in person, because I'm reacting to One Piece starting from the end. So I know it sounds crazy, but I've skipped 1,100 episodes of One Piece, and I'm watching it from end to beginning, kind of. Or I'm just starting at the end, so give that a watch. I'm also reacting to My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I'm forcing my anime-hating friend to watch Attack on Titan and One Punch Man. He hates anime, he doesn't like the shows. I surprised it on him, and now I'm forcing him to watch it. So give those a watch if you want to see. And I'm also reacting to Blue Box soon, which is tough, because I don't really like romance animes, and I'm forcing myself to watch a romance anime where I cringe and get secondhand embarrassment the entire time. So if you want to see me in pain, which I also kind of hope you don't want to see me in pain, but if you want to see those reaction videos, Blue Box will come out tomorrow. So this is coming out today, this video. Blue Box reaction comes out tomorrow. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.